So we've got the Palk Mirror. I can't tell what that is in the active. Is that the new Palkia or is that a Kyurem? What is that? I see Inteleon. I see Drizzles in both prize cards. So I'm assuming that active Pokemon is a Palkia. I actually can't tell. If a Palkia? Okay, so it is the new Palkia. Okay. So, oh, we got Robin on this. I didn't even realize we had Robin on the screen. All right, we got Robin versus Jens. I feel like I've seen Jens on stream before. The face looks more familiar than the name. I'm not 100% sure on that. Robin's got a really good start here, though. A bucket and a VIP pass in the hand, so they're going to get off to a really good start. And Jens with attached pass, not as good, some would say. So Robin's going to have, like, full control over this game, almost for sure. And probably wants to use, and yeah, I think Robin was debating VIP pass versus Greninja first, but you want more basics than what Robin has access to in the hand, so you wouldn't mind drawing into a Palkia or a Sobble off of the Greninja. So we'll see Robin go with the concealed cards first to try and draw into basics before Battle VIP pass, I'm sure. Maybe I'm wrong? Oh, it has a Melanie. Oh, okay. Wait, I'm so confused. What? Oh, Robin started the turn. Okay, Robin actually started the turn with Greninja. I didn't realize that there. Robin did have a lot of cards in hand. Okay. And now the Battle VIP Pass comes down. Did draw into a Sobble, so we'll probably see Sobble. Might even see double Sobble here, to be honest, but probably Sobble Palkia. I wouldn't hate to see double Sobble here because your Palkia is not really under too much of a threat. It is possible Jens gets the knockout on Robin's Palkia next turn, but very unlikely. If not almost impossible, to be honest. How do you get on stream? Is it a clout thing? No, I wouldn't say it is a clout thing. I mean, players who generally do well are more likely to get back on stream because they're known players. But if you just do well in general or have a cool deck, you're going to get on stream. There's a good chance you get on stream as well. But it is a little bit of a, to an extent, it is earned a little bit from some players in the community, which I think is fair. Still has an attached return, so we see that go down to the Palkia and then pass over to Jens. This is like a really good opportunity for Robin to potentially actually use Greninja next turn. Because Jens has no Pokemon in play right now, so it's going to be hard for Jens to like establish a decent amount of Sobbles and potentially Manaphy as well to protect the Sobbles. So if Jens like puts down double Sobble, it's great for Robin to respond with knockout double Sobble. I actually wonder if Robin should have retreated Greninja into a Sobble instead of attaching to the Palkia here, actually. Like, what if instead Robin had gone attach retreat to Sobble, and instead of getting second Palkia, gets a third Sobble, and then sacrifices a Sobble over losing Greninja? I think that's a way better play, actually. The only thing you could run into is Jens could have Gust KO your lone Palkia, but it's so unlikely, and Robin might even play the Raihan. The Rare Candy is prized for Robin, though, which isn't great. So I don't like losing the Greninja here from Robin. I feel like when your opponent has a really slow start, like Jens does, the Greninja is such a great way to put on pressure because it allows you to do the play, like I said. Like, it's going to be hard for Jens to establish a bunch of Sobbles and Manaphy on the next turn or in any turn coming up. And then it'll also be hard for Robin to take like a one-hit KO on a Palkia V-Star potentially this next turn on Jens' Palkia V-Star if Jens establishes a Palkia V-Star. So using Greninja to even go like KO one Sobble plus hit the Palkia to set it up for a 2-hit KO was a great play as well. But now Robin's going to lose that potential. Actually, Jens is drawing so bad that doesn't happen. But I actually think Robin should have like gotten second Sobble and protected the Greninja, actually. I like protecting Greninja there. I feel like it gives you so many more options in your coming turns as Robin than just kind of letting it get KO'd, which is what we were potentially going to see there. Like, Jens needed very little to KO the Greninja there. Did not hit it. So I think I would like to have seen Robin, like I said, get third Sobble and then retreat to a Sobble, because I think the chance that Jens has Boss KO or Gust KO on your Palkia on that action is like ridiculously low after going Palkia pass. Because you would be doing what? 140. Jens would need 8 damage modifiers in Pokemon or Choice Spell to get the KO. That's a lot to have that and Gust up the Palkia from 0 Sobbles. So second Melanie grab here from Robin. I like that. So playing the double Melanie, which means doesn't play the... I'm probably playing the same list as Fabian, actually. So we'll see Retreat plus Melanie. I like that. Conserve your V-Star power as long as you can. Or Melanie, then Net or Retreat, I guess. We started with the Greninja here from Robin, so still could Retreat or Net. Both are reasonable, to be honest. Has the energy for the Retreat, so probably going to value the Retreat a little bit more than the than burning a Net here. Also, establishing Quick Shooting could be pretty powerful as well. So want to probably get out double, could potentially go for double Drizzile to have the options of the Quick Shooting plus the Shady Dealings Inteleon. So I wouldn't hate to see second Drizzile come out here from Robin, but I don't think you have to stress it. But it looks like Robin is going to go to establish probably another Palkia here is what's going to be established. Yeah, I do like that. It does protect like the 2-prize chase from your opponent. So I like establishing the Palkia V-Star for sure. Could have theoretically established another Drizzile. But then you lose your outs to Drizziles, like level balls becoming Drizziles and just Drizzile in general as a Shady Dealings option if you get like Marnied. So it's not like that big of a deal. And I don't think Quick Shooting's like that big of a concern right now for Robin either. So I think this is also just kind of fine. It seems to be a reasonable board state. And I like holding off on benching too many Pokemon as well because you never know. And that's it. Jens is going to pass. Robin's going to knock out Jens' lone Pokemon. So there's the scoop from Jens, and we're going to go into game 2. Quick start here for Robin. Let's skip ahead to the beginning of the next game. All right, here we go. Go one further. Mulligan from Jens as well. So Robin is probably going second. Is that another mulligan? 2 mulligans? If Jens doesn't get like a decent start here, 2 mulligans is going to give Robin probably a ton of fuel. And this could end pretty poorly, pretty quickly in this one. Already a 1-0 start. Prize cards. Taking a look at them. Marnie and Roxanne prize for Robin. The Marnie not as big of a deal. And the Roxanne is in the first 2 prize cards. So you'll be able to get a value out of that as soon or fairly soon. All right, Jens does have a better hand. Still not a great hand. And debating what to discard here off this quick ball. Oh my gosh. Got rid of a Palkia V-Star. Almost every Palkia deck only plays 3 Palkia V-Star. I feel like most games you only need 2 of them. Sometimes you do need that third, though. And it looks like he's eyeing up the Greninja to be able to just go draw 2 cards. Potentially here. Yeah, losing a Palkia V-Star, though, still feels rough. They might play the Ordinary route, though. If they play the Ordinary route, they will be able to recover it at some point. They do have a Drizzile in hand. Goes for the safer route of Sobble. The payoff from Greninja is pretty high if you find a Battle VIP pass, but if you don't find a Battle VIP pass, then not having a Sobble established is pretty rough, to be honest. Is Robin playing a low Irida count? No, Robin is playing 4 Irida. I'm just going to assume it is very I think not playing 4 Irida is criminally cringe. But Robin's a very good player, so I think Robin understands how good Irida is and probably plays 4. Yeah, playing less than 4 Irida is criminally cringe, so I'm just going to assume Robin is doing the correct thing here. And playing 4 Irida. It looks like Robin's going for the riskier play and going for the Greninja, because I don't think Robin has a Palkia out in hand, so hoping that the Greninja, establish the Greninja, get the extra card draw, and hoping that leads to a Palkia V out, I think is what Robin is going for here. And Robin, if Robin's playing the same build as Fabian, which I think they might be, there's only 1 Battle VIP pass in this list. I could be wrong, and 4 Quick Ball. I could be wrong on that. I'm actually not 100% sure what build Robin's playing here, actually. I don't know if I already said something about Battle VIP passes or not. 2 Melanie seems cool. Yeah, I mean, 2 Melanie is like pretty reasonable. Oh, I don't think Robin got that. Robin does not seem like they got the Palkia. So a little bit of a risky choice there from Robin, but I think actually Robin's hand was dead outside of the Quick Ball. So if Robin had just gotten a Palkia there, then there would have been living off the top deck anyway. So I like the Greninja play from Robin overall, but doesn't pay off. But if you're not going to do anything on your next turn anyways because you got a, what's it called, then who cares? And there is a Sobble prize here, unfortunately, for Robin as well. So not even going to be able to max out the Sobs. Oh, no, Robin is playing for VIP pass. I suspected maybe it was similar to Fabian's build, but no, 4 VIP pass for Robin. Probably plays 5 Irida. I mean, I think you would. Like, if Irida was like a unique card in the fact that you could play 5 of them, I would play 5 Irida. So it's pretty good. No, man. Another big thing here is like when you don't establish a reasonable. So this happened last game for Jens. It didn't really matter because Jens like effectively just dead drew. And it's kind of happening for Robin. As Robin draws into cards that actually allow them to find Pokemon, it can be really hard to actually establish Manaphy, which makes your board state very vulnerable to a Greninja play. So like on this next turn, Robin basically has to bench 2 Palkia Vs, right? But if Robin can't bench 2 Palkia Vs and Manaphy, then instead of Jens even going to KO a Palkia for turn, Jens can go KO the Sobble, and then next turn just like KO double Sobble afterwards. And then there's no shady dealings for Robin to be able to take advantage of later on. So it's when you have these boards, these initial states starts in the mirror where you don't get to establish like a solid setup of like a decent amount of Sobbles and the Palkias you need plus the Greninja, then to get Manaphy in play to protect from your opponent's Greninja can get hard or sometimes impossible. Like on this next turn, if Robin only puts 1 Palkia in play, well then Jens is probably just going to KO the lone Palkia, right? So we saw Irida off the shady dealings from Jens. So Jens will have the knockout on the Sobble. Also gets to use Greninja here to start to build up some cards in the hand. We'll see what they get off that. Another Sobble is great, but not much else to work with, to be honest. It was a Sobble and a Quick Ball. You probably won't even play the Quick Ball. I wouldn't even play the Quick Ball here, to be honest. I would just hold it. I would just attach active and attack. You don't really need to establish another Palkia this turn, especially with how big of an advantage you have. It's not terrible, but now you don't actually, if you're attaching for turn, you don't have an energy to actually use with your Greninja. So yeah, I don't like this play from Jens because it just feels unnecessary and limits your options for the future turn. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of that Quick Ball there actually from Jens, because now you're going to attach your last energy out of hand for turn, and you're actually living off your top deck and prize card here as Jens at that point. Maybe Jens is thinking about using Star Portal, but then if you're going to commit to the Star Portal, you're definitely going to load up energy on your bench Palkia. Yeah, I really don't like that Quick Ball from Jens. I think that was a pretty big mistake. See, now Jens... Oh, see, now you go about it this route, and now you're going to put the energy on the Palkia. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Jens has dug themselves a hole here now, because now they're using... Because now they realize, oh, my only out to options next turn is to use Greninja. So wait, I'm going to hold this energy now instead of attaching for turn. And now that made them use their Star Portal. Now Robin doesn't have to play around Greninja anymore. It doesn't have to stress getting the Manaphy in play. So I think a huge just kind of blunder there from Jens. Not really a missequence, but more of a... I would say that'd be like a more like, you know, just like poor gameplay management. Like, what do you even call that? Like, they messed up their gameplay. Like, overall game plan was just flawed. The way they kind of tackled that situation was definitely flawed. Limited their options, which means on Robin's turn, now Robin has to play around less. And we see Robin here, Irida, gets Palkia, gets Quick Ball. Would have loved that Irida last turn, but I guess we'll take it off the top deck here. And I believe had Water Energy in hand, though, which is weird that Robin didn't use Greninja before the Irida, but maybe wants to hold on to that 1 Water, which is interesting. Definitely still not a great spot for Robin to be in. And now has to decide what to get rid of off this Quick Ball as well, which is annoying. Oh, but has the Drizzile. No, had the Drizzile. Maybe had the Drizzile the whole time, actually. I don't know why. Yeah, maybe Robin doesn't want to use Greninja this turn. I don't know why Robin want to have Greninja first. That's curious to me. And we see like this Sobble being prized being like kind of a headache for Robin to have to deal with as well. Because now you might lose another Sobble or Drizzile next turn, and then you have 1 Sobble to work with for the rest of the game, which is like annoying. Ends up on Evolution Incense. There we go with the Quick Ball. Probably going to get rid of it. I think there's an Echoing Horn in hand. Thinking about discarding the Melanie, though, actually, instead. The net, I don't think, is super crucial either, though. I wouldn't hate to see that go. Gets rid of the Melanie. Okay. So if the... So one of the ways Robin could have gotten back into this game is by abusing their own Greninja, because Jens hasn't established a Manaphy yet. Jens will establish it next turn, probably, because the threat of Greninja will be actually a thing. So I would have hated to see Robin try and hold on to that Melanie to be able to potentially use Greninja next turn, And then, but after, the thing is, like, Robin can still use Greninja next turn, but you have to be able to use Greninja and then still attack with your Palkia V-Stars. If you just use Greninja and then can't attack with Palkia V-Star anymore, it doesn't matter that you used Greninja, right? I actually wouldn't hate to see Robin hold this energy, because you should assume Jens has the means to knock out a Palkia next turn, and that's probably what Jens will go for. Actually, to be honest, yeah, Jens probably wants to chase a Palkia here, I think, for sure. So holding the energy here from Robin, I actually don't hate, because you kind of just know it's going to get KO'd. Yeah, Robin chose to not actually use Greninja there. Instead, hold the energy, which, once again, I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. I would have maybe liked to have seen Robin start their turn by using Greninja and up their options and stuff for the following turn. Yo, what's up, newbie? I appreciate the 15 months. Net reset, I think net top deck immediately, and net reset on the Drizzile there from Jens. Has the boss in hand, so definitely is going to boss KO a Palkia here, which you usually just want to do. The other play here, oh no, so the play that's not here for Jens is can't use the Greninja, like I mentioned. Use the Star Portal last turn. And it's actually prioritizing the Path to the Peak here from Jens, which is okay. I'm not a huge fan of this, because you're really just like inviting Robin's training court, which you know Robin should probably have access to. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a must get here from Jens. But if Robin's training court is prized, then Robin's probably in a pretty big trouble. Or if Robin doesn't play training court, which is also possible, I guess. Palkia send up here from Robin, and Robin can go for this hit here. So the play Robin actually wants to go for here is Robin actually doesn't want to KO this Palkia. Robin wants to hit this Palkia for ideally 170 damage, or 260 damage, I should say, not 100. You want to hit it for 260. So there's Lost City in Robin's build. So it looks like no double Lost City. Okay, so double Lost City. So similar to what Fabian played, but Fabian played only one Battle VIP pass and heavier Quick Ball, Capture Energy, Crobat. No training court, but the Lost City is going to come into play. So what Robin actually wants to do here is Robin wants to hit this Palkia for 260. So that way you can, on the next turn, Robin can KO both Palkias in the same turn and theoretically leave Jens with a board state with 0 Palkias in play. But if Robin just KOs this active Palkia this turn, then Jens just sets up another Palkia, KOs, and then sets up another Palkia and just kind of wins the trade back and forth. And you can still like get down to the Roxanne play. And the play Jens should go for is to not KO the Palkia. So like, let's say Robin goes for the one-hit KO here on this Palkia. That's fine. Let's say Robin goes for that, one-hit KOs the Palkia. Then on Jens' turn, Jens can be like, all right, hit your Palkia for 260 damage. And then knock it out next turn with a Goon Ping or something like that. Oh, actually, no. In this situation, it doesn't matter, actually, because Jens is already at 3 prize cards. I thought Jens was at 4 prize cards. So the reason you do that is to play around Roxanne. And the reason Robin would want to do that here is to force Jens to have to put a third Palkia in play. Is the play that Robin could make here by only hitting it for 260 damage. Is then you force Jens to find room for a third Palkia on the bench. And if they don't, and Robin is already in such a bad spot, because also Robin's Roxanne is prized, that you could hope that Jens just kind of misplays at that point. And then you could hope Jens misplays at that point and doesn't realize that Robin is leaving them in a board state where you can KO both Palkias in the same turn. And then Jens just lets it slide and then is like doesn't play around it. And then Robin is able to wipe them out of Palkias in one turn and then can actually have a chance to win this game. Because Robin's actually in a really bad spot here because the Roxanne for Robin is also prized. I didn't realize, yeah, Jens is actually already in Roxanne range because they took the one-hit KO on the earlier turn. There's a net reset from Robin. But Robin actually might just go for the one-hit KO here. We'll see what actually Robin does. It looks like Robin is lining up to go for the one-hit KO here. It feels like if Robin goes this route, though, Robin never wins, almost. I guess Robin can win. Robin just has to pull the... It feels tough. Robin can still win, though. Robin, like, if Robin goes this route, though, Robin has to pull the Roxanne off the prize cards, which we do see Robin is going to pull off the prize cards. And then Robin's follow-up is going to be knockout plus Roxanne on the following turn. There's another quick ball. Thinking about getting rid of a cross switcher. Probably don't need all those. You need the horn. You need the choice belt. And probably just going to get another Palkia here. Could go for the Manaphy if you don't want to set up something with 2 retreat costs in play. Oh, does play the Crobat and is eyeing up the Crobat. All right, so goes for the Crobat. So I assume it's going to draw cards with Crobat this turn then. Which is interesting. I'm not sure what they're looking for. Okay, gets Crobat. Choice Belt. And is going to play the Crobat. I guess energy attachment for turn would be nice from Robin here. It hasn't attached energy for turn. Whiffs that. Basically draws nothing. The other Pokemon... I mean, Robin could have just got a Manaphy there. I guess the energy attachment for turn would have been nice, though. And then, yeah, gonna get the knockout here. And like I said, gonna get the Roxanne. Yeah, maybe this is the kind of... I guess this is the way... I mean, Robin still could have played it the other way, because you are hoping to... As Robin here, if you don't get Roxanne here, I feel like you're losing a majority of the time, because you've filled your bench at this point, and Jens has 3 prize cards, so Jens can easily get the one-hit KO, and then just, you know, KO a 1 prize draw off the bench to close out the game. Jens could even go KO Crobat this turn if they wanted to. But yeah, Jen's doing the play of kind of trapping a Palkia in the active isn't going to change anything this game because Jen's is already at 3 prize cards. I also don't know if either of them... I don't think Robin plays Zigzagoon. I don't know if Jen's does, which is a pretty big difference in actually making that play work. Let's see what Jen's does here. Is this the game where Jen's discarded a V-Star turn 1? I think this is that game, right? This is the game where Jen's discarded a V-Star turn 1. So I guess it is possible that Jen's loses this because they actually can't set up a third Palkia V-Star. I assume when Jen's discarded that Palkia V-Star that they play Ordinary Rod. I could be incorrect on that. Energy discard. Also, Jen's needs to pull off a Melanie at some point because Jen's is out of... does Jen's just whiff here? I don't even know if Jen's has played a supporter. Jens will need to pull off a Melanie at some point because Jens doesn't have the V-Star power anymore. Because I think Jens was super like unnecessarily aggressive with their V-Star power earlier on in the game. Going for the Choice Belt. Does play Quick Shooting, so it doesn't have to have Choice Belt this turn, but is going to go get it. Jens doesn't actually need to, like I said, because they have Quick Shooting, so you could just hit this Palkia for 260 damage, and that would actually be fine, because then you could Quick Shooting it next turn. So you don't have to KO this turn as Jens. I think it does probably make the most sense. But definitely not something you need to do. Like I said, it was probably going to be pretty easy for them to get the return KO, and it looks like that is going to be the case. It needs to establish another Palkia V on the bench. I'm not gonna lie, I think Jens might lose this because of that discard earlier on, which was a strange discard if they don't play Ordinary Rod. I kind of just assumed because they discarded that they played Ordinary Rod. Because then off this off this setup here, off this play from Jens, you'd want to see Palkia, Ordinary Rod plus Evolve. I don't see Ordinary Rod in there, so if this next Palkia from Jens goes down, Jens is gonna be in trouble. The only other play I could have seen Jens try to make would be to attach to Inteleon. So that way this turn Jens could go attack with Palkia through a Melanie plus attach to Inteleon. So next turn you can go attach plus Gust, KO something off the bench. I think Blissey Miltank needs Sunsparks with Reggie around. I think because Bad Lucky's so probably correct in Reggie's. I don't know if Bad Lucky's correct in Reggie's right now, but because it might be correct. If Bad Lucky's being played in Reggie, you need to play Dunsparce and Manaphy. For sure. You have to play like both. Has a net. I don't think has used that Sobble yet, so definitely should net reset. Resile. I'm going to be shocked here if Jens does not play Ordinary Rod. You don't always use 3 Palkia V-Stars, but sometimes you do, and this is turning into one of those games where you use 3 Palkia V-Stars. Yeah, I think Jens is just going to lose because they don't have a way to get another knockout after this swings. Unless they play Raihan. They might play the Raihan. If they play Raihan, then next turn they could attack with Inteleon plus double cross switcher to KO. Oh, I do think I saw the Raihan in there. Okay, so Jens still has an out here. I think Jens maybe misplayed with benching Palkia. He probably should have just benched another Sobble if they could have. I don't know if they have another Sobble available to them, but I think that would have been... Yeah, they have one in hand because like this Palkia is never evolving. So you're actually just giving Robin... So that benching that Palkia is a huge mistake, actually, from Jens if Jens doesn't play... But now this turn, because Robin got the Roxanne, Robin can go Roxanne plus knockout. Needs a lot, but it is possible. Needs quick shooting, a full bench, an energy, and an evolution. Of course, Roxanne is going to draw them some cards, but... And they have Path to the Peak as well, which is like... has minimal effect probably here. It stops Greninja from drawing cards, but I don't think Jens has that many energy left anyway, so I don't think Jens could even afford to use Greninja at this point. Here comes the Shady Dealings. Is going to need the Rare Candy and Evolution Incense to set up the quick shooting, and then we'll need the Evolution, a basic, and an energy. There's a decent amount of energy left, it looks like, for sure. And you definitely want a Roxanne Jens here for sure, because otherwise you risk just getting like Melanie attached. Like Robin is probably playing as if Jens plays Ordinary Rod, because otherwise that discard is really, really weird from Jens. And Ordinary Rod is not that uncommon in the deck. So we see all this happen. We'll probably see... Oh, has the Palkia, actually. I didn't see that in the hand. So it has the basic. Path, shuts off Greninja, like I said, probably won't be... There's a good chance that doesn't actually matter at all, but still, you know, a little bit of extra protection when you can. And the Roxanne from Robin. 2 cards for Jens. Jens can still pull off the win here on this next turn, though. I'm pretty sure I saw the Raihan in there for Jens. So Jens can do... Oh, but needs actually a lot. Oh, no. You can Raihan to Palkia. No, but you don't have a V-Star. It doesn't matter. Actually, Jens needs, like, Candy, Quick Shooting, Raihan to Drizzile. Because you have to KO... There's no Sobbles in play here for Robin. No Sobbles or Drizziles. So the only thing Jens could KO would be the Greninja. But it looks like Robin whiffed the attack. So I think we'll see what Jens is at 1 prize card. So we should just see Robin concede here. Pick it up. Go next game. They have 22 minutes, so they should have enough time. Looks like it wasn't a great draw from Jens. So to be honest, if Robin had got the KO, then Robin might have been able to pull it off. But no such luck. Am I watching the entire tournament on stream? Yeah, that's the plan. I think Blissey Tank needs... Already answered that question, yeah. I mean, if you play Dunsparce, I feel like you... It depends. If they don't play Bad Lucky, Dunsparce might be enough. Because you have the King like cape it and heal it and stuff. But if everyone's playing Bad Lucky, then you also need to play Manaphy, which is like 2 spots, which is annoying. Oof. Double Sobble from Robin, not great. Prize cards for Jens, not as big of a deal. But actually, and the Shady Dealings in Teleon. Actually, you know what? To be honest, Robin's prize cards suck. That's pretty bad. Double Sobble and an Inteleon. Still managed to open a VIP pass and is going first finally this game. So it's got something going for them. Also open the Palkia, which is like your optimal starter going first. But probably not going to be super pleased with the prize cards. I think when you go first and have this good of a start, you don't really need triple Sobble. The option of it is great, of course. Unless Robin only plays triple Sobble. And then this is pretty rough. There's also the question, I don't think we've seen a heavy ball from Robin yet, so I don't know if Robin plays heavy ball. Is Robin only playing triple Sobble? No, I think I saw the third one in there. Okay, so yeah, if you can establish both Sobbles, it's not going to be as big of a deal for Robin. The Shady Dealings in Teleon, though, could be pretty annoying. Appreciate the 15 months there, Newberry, and the 27 Bob. Fuck it. So we'll see Greninja for 2. And yeah, it should be probably a pretty clean turn 2 attack from Robin. We'll see how good of a start Jens has. There we go. Ooh, okay. That's pretty good. And got appreciate the 31 months there, Professor. And got another VIP pass. That's pretty good. Second Sobble and second Palkia. Yeah, so the double Sobble being prized with this good of a start isn't going to really affect it too much, to be honest. The Inteleon still could be a pretty big deal, but it is in the first 4 prize cards. It might be Robin's 3rd prize card they draw. So it's not too far away. Theoretically could get it before they could need it. Not before they could use it, before they could need it, though, potentially. And then probably attached to the active here. Attaching to the bench isn't terrible if you want to go for a cross-switcher play next turn. Which I'm sure... Ooh, yeah, I'm pretty sure Robin would want to like pull off some kind of bigger play, potentially, but... Over to Jens. Jens also has a very good start. Double Battle VIP pass. Yeah, very good start for Jens. And the Greninja. So literally full board here from Jens. I'm sure we'll see... I mean, I can't imagine why you would... Yeah, you're probably going to go double Palkia. And then also double Sobble off the next one and then use Greninja, because the rest of the hand, not too great. It's like okay. Has got a lot of good follow-up. I think Evolution Incense and a Level Ball, but you're looking for like an Irida or something this turn. Finding a Capacious Bucket at the very least would actually be great here for gens. Start establishing more energy and stuff. So solid starts for both players, but Robin is going first, so that is still advantage Robin overall. Oh yeah, you probably want Manaphy, of course. Not trying to lose double Sobble to a Greninja next turn, probably. Although even Robin KOing like this one Sobble in the active, though, is pretty good, though, then, to be honest. Like, only one Shady Dealings to work with on the following turn. Be pretty limiting. Ooh, got the Bucket. That's what I was talking about. That's probably the most important card for gens to find here is Bucket. So even if gens doesn't play a supporter, playing or finding the Bucket is still pretty good. All right, just attach pass, I guess. Maybe thinking about where to attach, but yeah, Palkia makes the most sense. And over to Robin. Once again, plenty of time for them to finish game 2. They got 17 minutes, so it should be enough. Palkia top deck from Robin is pretty lame, but we'll see what the Greninja brings. Melanie, Evolution Incense. There is an Irida in the hand, though. So the question becomes, what is Robin's play here? There's some options. I think Robin probably should know at this point there is not a Ordinary Rod in Jens' deck. So if you go chase... I always, like, sometimes it feels like correct to even potentially go after Manaphy. I'm not sure what Robin's going to be able to put together here. Probably just going to look for a Palkia chase, though, and knock out a Palkia V off the bench. And his eyeing up Drizzile plus Cross Switcher. I think that's probably what Robin's going to go for here. We'll have to burn the ability here as Robin, though, to set that up, but I think probably content with that. I don't think you're going to be too distraught over that. I think there is 2 water in the discard pile, so not going to be able to maximize the attachments, but that'll still be fine. There'll be no energy attachment for turn, anything like that. There we go. Gonna bring up the Palkia with the energy on it and probably knock it out. Actually, one big thing here is we'll not be able to establish Manaphy. Yeah, Robin's not gonna be able to establish Manaphy if Robin goes for this play, which means Jens' response could just be Greninja KO Sobble KO Drizzile, which is usually a pretty good response to that play because you limit Robin's following options and might just force Robin to have to KO a Greninja then, putting them back on odd prize cards, and then kind of things swinging back in the favor of Jens. So I'm interested to see fully what Robin goes to KO here, and then what Jens' response is. Oh no, the Manaphy's in the hand. Never mind, Robin has everything. Never mind, the Manaphy's in the hand, which I'm sure we'll see Robin put into play here. Maybe not, though. Maybe we'll be content with them going the Greninja route, but I feel like you probably wouldn't be. 2 energy from the portal. And then... yeah, Manaphy gets benched. Okay, so loads up the bench. So Jens can get a 1-hit KO response here. There's the knockout. So this is where things get kind of awkward for Jens. So the play that Robin can make to avoid Roxanne next turn is Robin can avoid 1-hit KO in a Palkia next turn and set it up for quick shooting to get the KO plus Gust KO another Palkia V or V-Star on the following turn to win the game. And you kind of play around Roxanne that way as Robin. So for Jens, you can do the same thing as Jens here, though, this turn. So what Jens can do is Jens could hit this Palkia for 260, being like, okay, next turn I can quick shooting KO that, right? So that's what Jens could do. Robin could do the same thing back, but then Robin would have to bench a third Palkia to kind of play around that. So that is like something that Jens could actually go out of their way to do, is hit Robin's active Palkia for 260, which would force Robin to then bench a third Palkia, because otherwise Jens could theoretically KO both Palkias in the same turn on the following turn and leave Robin in a really awkward spot. But that's what Robin's going to try and do on this next turn themselves. So Robin will probably be content with Jens actually taking the KO here. And overall, that sets up best for Robin to like be able to play out a little bit cleanly, a little bit less awkwardly. But we'll see if Jens even might even attempt that play. So that's what you can try and do to the Palkia player who would do it to you like a turn ahead. But usually this is where like Jens is like fully on the back foot, and it gets kind of tough to make a comeback from here, to be honest. This is where it gets kind of tough to make a comeback in the Palkia mirror. Is in Jens' current position. All right, has the Palkia. I think a little bit of a missequence there from Jens. Should have used Greninja before the Irida, before the Drizzile and the Irida. So definitely a missequence from Jens. And we see gets punished because drew into the V-Star. And even basically telegraphs to Robin that they got punished because they show them the other V-Star artwork. So that's funny right there. That's like full karma happening. You love to see it. There's the Evolution Incense. So another Drizzile can be established here for Jens. But I think we will see Jens go for the hit. And once again, so like Jens is in like such a bad spot that I would like to see Jens go hit for 260 and set up for quick shooting on the Palkia on the next turn to force Robin have to play awkwardly to put a third Palkia in play. But also maybe Robin just doesn't see the play that Jens is setting up and then plays into it and then allows Jens to make a comeback by KOing two Palkias in the same turn. But if you just kind of go down this route that it looks like Jens is probably going to go down here, where Jens goes for the one-hit KO and then next turn Robin can set up the play, then it just puts Jens in like an almost, you're not giving yourself a chance to make a comeback or opening up the door for your opponent to make a mistake, which could lead. Yeah, there's the choice belt. So Jens is just going to take the one-hit KO. And now, on Robin's turn, Robin can just hit this Palkia for 260 damage. There's a path, but Robin's already used their V-Star power. I guess it shuts down Greninja. But shouldn't be too consequential for how much the game is developed. Now, I guess Robin doesn't have Shady Dealings and Inteleon, so that could severely limit Robin's turn, but we'll see. Has the Melanie, so probably going to be in a fine spot. Also has the Lost City. So it looks like wants a value using Greninja first. Also getting rid of, like, that's the last pass of the peak you're probably going to have to deal with here as Robin. You're not going to have to deal with anymore. Got the Palkia, has a Palkia, has the Melanie, has an Energy. Doesn't have, the one thing Robin doesn't have here is, does not have the Shady Dealings Inteleon. That's like the only thing, or not the Shady Dealings Inteleon. I don't even know what they don't have. I was going to say something, but I completely forgot what I was going to say. They don't have something. I don't know what it is. You guys are going to have to figure that out on your own. But yeah, no. So now Robin can hit this Palkia for 260 damage. Bench another Palkia, attach an energy to it. And then on the following turn, quick shooting KO the active Palkia, and then go from there. We'll see if Robin just goes for the one. So Robin could just go for the one-hit KO this turn. But that does mean then Jens can go for the one-hit KO plus Roxanne, which is what you want to ideally play around here as Robin. So what I would like to see from Robin is probably quick shooting the benched Palkia and then hit the active for 260. But we'll see what Robin goes for here. Debating putting the Drizzile in play. So he's probably debating, okay, if I get Marnied here, do I want to keep this open? I know my Inteleon's prized. But if you hit the active for 260 and they don't KO your quick shooting, then you're going to be in a pretty good spot. We'll see. So is this going for the one-hit KO, it looks like? I don't know if I like that, though, from Robin. This opens the door for the Roxanne play now from Jens. So now Jens can go one-hit KO your Palkia plus Roxanne. And so, but all Robin had to do there was not quick shooting the active there. Hit it for 260, and then you can't get Roxanne. So now this gives Jens that comeback potential. So this is exactly what Jens wanted, 100%. And it looks like Jens has all the plays in the hand. Has the bucket, has the Shady Dealings Inteleon, might even have a quick ball as well to get the next Palkia set up. So I think Jens has got it basically all set up here to pull off the Roxanne play. I see the Roxanne in the deck. Yeah, I'd say I'm not a huge fan of that play there from Robin. I think they could have played a little bit slower, taking their time, set up for the bigger play, and been just fine setting up for that. Comes a quick ball. Probably just want to get rid of an Irida. Oh, going with the Greninja. Yeah, Jens is always mis-sequencing these Greninjas. Quick balls now. Wait, did they actually play anything before the Greninja, though? Maybe they didn't mis-sequence this Greninja, actually. I might be wrong on that. There's a heavy ball. Nothing to grab. Probably should have quick balled the heavy ball there from Jens. Not a huge fan of that play, but if you're going to quick ball the quick ball anyways, I guess that's fine, which I think is reasonable because you probably don't need to find too many more basic Pokemon anyways. Okay, quick balls for a Sobble, which makes sense because if the Palkia gets KO'd here from Jens, you're going to lose anyways. Then attach active. Actually, you know what? Jens probably shouldn't have benched anything. It probably would have been best for Jens not to bench anything. It does make things awkward on the follow-up, but there's the Roxanne. Yeah, I think Jens benching anything is... ooh, but has the Big Charm as well, actually. So that's pretty good. The Big Charm is... it's going to make it a lot harder for Robin to get the KO. So maybe I like benching the Sobble, I guess, if you got a Big Charm to go with it. And then here comes Roxanne. But like I said, I mean, Robin could have played around this, and I think Robin should have. So now Robin's like, yeah, here we go. Let's see what Robin draws off Roxanne. You appreciate the 46 months there, Tyrant. Yeah, let's see what Robin draws off the Roxanne. Robin definitely could draw. Actually, can Robin win this turn? I think it's actually possible that Robin doesn't win this turn. Actually, that makes the most... Yeah, with the Big Charm, benching Sobble makes sense because you don't want to get Echoing Horned, actually. So I take back my previous statement. 2 for Robin. Double Drizzile. I don't know how that would potentially lead to a win here, though, for Robin on the next turn. Because Robin's got 2 prize cards left. It's going to be tough. Oof, and the net reset for Jens is so good. Benches the Sobble. Yeah, gotta play around Echoing Horn, I feel like, here. Even though it's actually... Could Robin even draw, like, the perfect cards to make an Echoing Horn play work? I don't even know if it's possible. Yeah, I guess you could, because you could play your own Roxanne here. Robin sends up the Palkia. You need Choice Belt and Quick Shooting here. So you have the Quick Shooting, so you need Choice Belt. So Robin needs to go get their own Roxanne here, and then draw into... Evolve, basic Pokemon, Choice Belt. And that is enough damage. That is enough damage there. Man, the Echoing Horn play seems like it was probably never happening. It almost feels like maybe Jen shouldn't have benched that Sobble. I don't know. It's an interesting choice, like an interesting situation, I should say, on Jen's side. I think it could be correct potentially on Jen's side to not bench that Sobble again. There's no way that Robin just has win already, right? Well, has the water. Attach. Wait, does Robin have game? No. Robin doesn't have game. For a second, I was like thinking maybe, but no. Because even if you have Choice Belt, there's the Choice Belt. So if you get Irida for Evolution plus Choice Belt, you're 20 damage short. Okay. So it has to be, you have to Roxanne into all of it. Oh, but it has Crobat still. Actually, that's huge. Oh, Crobat's going to draw a lot of cards. It actually looks like favoring opening up with Crobat, which actually I think I like, because that actually could lead to something like a Raihan or something like that. I forgot about the Crobat. Not the most common card in the Palkia deck. But yeah, Crobat can open up a ton of different plays. It can open like the Irida out and stuff like that. So it's definitely correct to go Crobat over Roxanne here. Forgot about the bat. Oh, so actually I'm a little bit, because of Crobat, I'm actually a little bit more confident in Robin being able to close this out. This probably wouldn't have been an option for Robin, though, if Jens had saved their Path to the Peak. Once again, I think Jens both games was too aggressive with, or the first game and this game was too aggressive with Path to the Peak. Like, basically put Path to the Peak in play when the chance of it getting value was close to none. Especially now that you know that Robin plays... Oh! Especially because you knew that Robin plays Crobat going into Game 3. The Path to the Peak aggression was a pretty poor, I think, from Jens. So Robin can still... retreat the Palkia. Obviously not great. Yeah, Robin can still retreat Palkia and then hope it can't be gusted up and KO'd. Or actually, there's the Crobat in play, so Jens can just gust the Crobat. Robin in shambles. Can't even pick up the deck anymore. Yeah, Jens is in a pretty good spot for sure. Yeah, I definitely did not hate Robin's odds there though, because of the Crobat. The Crobat definitely increases the odds of being able to make something happen by a lot. And can pull off the win next turn for Robin. Robin could win next turn. Probably should even burn. Actually, I don't know. Yep, maybe should burn that other evolution instance in hand. It doesn't seem like it's doing a whole ton by being in the hand, because Jens has played their Roxanne, so if they have another hand disruption supporter, it's probably Marnie, which means like it's gonna go to the bottom of the deck anyway, so you don't really want it in the deck anymore if you draw a Roxanne. Well, I guess if you draw a Roxanne, you could Roxanne into the evolution incense. All right, maybe it's correct to keep the evolution incense then. All right, you can't attack here as Robin, right? Unless I'm missing something. Okay, there's a quick shoot. I thought he attacked. I was like, no, you die. Okay. Was Robin gonna hope that Jens just wouldn't see the play? Retreat to Manaphy and pass. All right, Jens has a lot. And there's the double cross switcher. So Jens has game here. Double cross switcher, retreat, quick shooting, and yep. All right, Jens walks away. I think this all comes back to that. Once I remembered the Crobat was in Robin's deck, I didn't dislike the play into Roxanne play as much. But I didn't dislike it as much, but I mean, that was I think Robin could have played around Roxanne there for sure. Well, I guess it becomes weird because Jens does play Big Charm though, right? So it makes playing, maybe you can't play around Roxanne there. What if Robin held the water before Crobat? Sees one more card. What do you mean held the water before Crobat? Oh, I see what you're... Well, no, because you want your Shady Dealings... Because Robin used, what, Greninja there to draw 2, you mean? But could have gone Shady Dealings for... Wait, is that what you mean? Yeah, I guess because of the Big Charm, maybe it's correct for Robin to not play for the quick shooting play. I forgot about that play as well. Like, that's also a play that can happen. Whereas, like, if Robin hits the Palkia for 260 and then plans to quick shooting it next turn, if Jens has the Big Charm, then you kind of just screwed. You might just kind of be screwed then, to be honest. So maybe it is correct for Robin to play around that. I didn't think about the Big Charm until it actually kind of came out. Attach water before Crobatting. He could have saved it to use Ninja after Crobat instead of drawing one more with Bat. It guarantees one card, but it doesn't maximize your draw power for the turn, right? It was also an argument for Robin to actually use Crobat as the first thing, because theoretically, Shady Dealings is the most powerful. Like, even if you're drawing, if you know you have access to a Shady Dealings, but you're drawing 1 or even 2 less cards off a Crobat, it's probably still better to have access to that Shady Dealings, right? So it's possible it was actually correct for Robin to use Greninja first to try and find Quick Ball or Crobat. And even then, if you're only Quick Balling for 4, guaranteed having access to a Shady Dealings, as opposed to not going from 0 access to Shady Dealings to guaranteed 1 access to Shady Dealings is probably worth -2 on a Crobat, to be honest. So now that you kind of brought up that point, I actually think Robin probably should have started with Greninja, because you don't want to actually use Shady Dealings until you've used Crobat. You'd love to hold your Shady Dealings until after Crobat has been used. So I think actually that's probably what Robin should have done, was concealed cards first. I guess you risk whiffing the energy at that point for your Palkia, though, with that line. So maybe that line becomes not worth because of that, because that's like one more card you might have to Shady Dealings for. It depends how many energy I guess were left in Robin's deck. I mean, yeah, I think using the Crobat for the +1 card is better than holding the attachment, because also, if you don't draw into another energy, you like, if you Greninja that energy away, you're drawing +1 card, but now that +1 card has to become an energy anyways, right? So I think the way Robin probably played it out was probably the best overall, actually. Now that well, yeah, it depends how many energy were left in the deck, because I wouldn't have hated using Greninja before Shady Dealings there. But I think the way Robin played it, the other way around is correct, because if you don't draw water energy, if you Greninja that water energy, the +1 card you see off the Greninja has to become a water energy that you just Greninja'd away to see the +1 card. So I think, yeah, I don't think your sequence makes sense, Soda, but maybe using Greninja first, depending on how many energy are left, makes the most sense. Because you definitely don't want to use Shade. You would ideally like to use Shade Dealings after the Crobat.